The Lord's football team's first road test is coming this weekend at Hiram, pushing their 2-0 start on the line at the Terriers. And joining us to talk about his team so far is head coach Chris Monfiletto. Coach, I think the storyline from anybody that's watched our games has been quarterback Thomas Merkel, back-to-back 300-yard performances, and he has just set a poise on our offense, rolling out in the pocket between the tackles, and he has been just marvelous so far. And I know you told me in the preseason he can throw it around, and he's definitely proven that. How happy are you with what he's done, just leading our offense early in the season and heading into our first road game?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I mean, he's been really good from a leadership standpoint.
Yeah.
He's put the extra work in over the course of the past couple of weeks to really understand the game plan, and the receivers have been bailing him out when he's made bad decisions. So all around, we've been pretty fortunate with how he's performed, and we look forward to more of it.
I mentioned to you that stat after that first 300-yard passing game, but he just seems to have that presence where he doesn't get rattled too much, and the offensive line has done a fabulous job keeping him upright. Offensively, I know we've thrown the ball a lot, but I imagine you want to get that run game going just a little bit better than what we've seen the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it would be nice, especially early, to get the run game going. It opens up things in the passing game as well. So, that would be definitely a focal point going into this week.
Can you describe what Hiram kind of brings to the table without giving too much detail? And obviously, when you're on the road, minimal penalties and hopefully no turnovers. And we're +3 on the turnover side this year, which is going to go a long way.
Yeah, we have to travel well. It's going to be our first game on the road. We had to scrimmage on the road, but not exactly the same as traveling. And Hiram's a really fast, really athletic, very disciplined team. So keeping them in front of us is going to be a challenge this week once they get their athletes the ball in space.
Let's flip sides to the defensive end. What can you say? I mean, I've been impressed with the defensive unit. And, Oberlin came in and had thrown the ball all over the field in their first game, but I think midway through the third quarter, we hadn't given up 120 passing yards until they had that one drive where they had the tip ball. But defensively, I think all three levels have played more than solid enough to give ourselves a chance in slowing down other opponents.
Yeah, we've been able to rotate guys up front on the defensive line and try to keep them as fresh as possible. And in the back end, we've done a really good job with communicating. So that's kind of what we've been talking about, is just excessive communication in the back end, and that's paid dividends for us the past 2 weeks.
From what I've seen, maybe the push along our defensive line could be a little bit better. What signs of improvement, or what would you hope to see improvement-wise on the defensive end?
Yeah, from a penetration standpoint, especially in the pass game, we could be a little bit better there. But we've been able to disrupt a few passes, not give the quarterback a ton of time to drop back and just kind of pick the receivers that they want to throw to down the field. So we could be a little bit better there, a little bit more stout in the run game. But rotating guys through and stuff like that has been great. I think we've consistently played 7 or 8 guys on the defensive line, which is nice.
All right, so our first road game, and I know you just mentioning traveling well. Do you like where the team is at right now through 2 games, 8 to go, but do you like where your team is at right now?
I think so. We're playing with some energy. Practice has been great from an energy standpoint, and we've been able to sustain it throughout the course of practice, and our Wednesdays have been better than our Tuesdays, and that's kind of what's mostly important. Today is going to be a super focused day and then a fast Friday. So, I hope that we can continue to improve throughout the course of the week. I think that's what's key for us.
Coach, can I play a little slot receiver at some point?
Sure.
After practice?
Yeah, please. We'll find you a place. We play a lot of guys.
All right, we'll get Marty out there too. Anyway, Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck at Hiram this weekend, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you.
That was Lord's head football coach Chris Monfiletto. His team 2-0, heading on the road for the first time at Hiram. We'll have live links on athletics.kenyon.edu and all post-game coverage following the game against the Terriers. For the head coach, I'm Clayton Kaufman. We'll see you next time on the Kenyon Sports Connection.